guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ophelia. I grew up in China, moved to Australia for middle school and came to US for high school. In today's video, I'm going to talk about my experience going to public school in these three different countries. If you're someone who are considering studying abroad or moving to any of these three countries, or you're just kind of curious how the other country is different from yours, well, remember to watch the video till the end. Today I'm gonna break it down into 4 parts: college application process, academic pressures, teaching style, and school cultures. Let's get started. Let's first talk about the college application process. In China, there's a thing called Gaokao. That's probably the most important exam every Chinese take in their whole life, because that's the only exam, that only factor that determines what college you get into, and that what college that you get into will determine what kind of job you can get. So it's super important and highly intense. In US, the college application process is a lot more comprehensive. So it will consider your grade, your GPA from freshman year to your senior years, but also consider your SAT score. It's like the Gaokao in China, but you can take it multiple times. And grading is like 50% of your overall application. The rest of it is about your activity, your hobbies, or your honor, leadership, and personal statement. So it's more like holistic applications. And in Australia, they consider your senior year GPA and also your ATAR grade, which is kind of like your ranking in the state. And the second part is academic pressure. Well, in China, I think academic pressure goes like this way. It starts kind of high at kindergarten, and it just reach a peak in high school and drop immediately after Gaokao. And it's the opposite in Australia and US. In United States, it goes like this. It just keep raising as you get older. And same in Australia, keep raising as you get older. But the overall academic pressure in US, I think it's still higher than the one in Australia. And the third point is the teaching style. In China, I would say the overall teaching style is more like fitting. It's like someone feed you food, the teacher feed you knowledge. And I like to call it fitting because I feel like every teacher or every student, they have to learn so much material in such a short period of time. And when I say like so much material, it is a lot of material, but at the same time, it's also very hard materials. Let me give you an example. Like the math question a student do in their high schools in China are like the same type of math question I did in my college level classes. And the college level classes for math majors, guys. So the learning cycle goes like this. The teacher teach a lot of material in one lecture, student take a lot of notes, and students do a lot of homework and practice to review the knowledge and do good on the exam. So the cycle goes like this. I think what's good about it is students build a good foundations in classes like math, chemistry, and all these STEAM subjects. And that's probably why you see a lot of kids coming from mainland China. They're very good at STEAM subject because this learning style did help them to build strong foundations. And in the US, I would say it's 60% fitting and 40% activities. 60% fitting means like the teachers, they still teach the student a lot of knowledge, but the 40% activities, they involve more like playing games or activities to review the knowledge. And the homework amount is not that like the same amount as the student get in China. And also I realized that even they get into AP classes where like it's like the hard classes students take in high school, well, the teachers still focus more on guiding you to find the resources and do more self-studying. And I also noticed that my school here in the US, they also emphasize more on developing students' critical thinking skill and explore your own interests. They give students more freedom to choose what kind of subjects they want to take. They also let you to choose if you want to put in the effort into the class or not. What I mean is they let you choose regular classes, honor classes, and AP classes. So if you want to challenge yourself, you can always take the hard classes. If you want to stay in the regular classes, nobody's gonna judge you. Lastly, I think Australia is like 40% fitting, 40% activity, and 20% resting. And the Australian teacher also teach like a lot of knowledge, and they involve a lot more games and activity into students' learning process. What I think Australia is different than the other two countries are they focus more on developing students' problem-solving skills in real life. Like the school often takes students to go camping, and during the process they will teach you a lot of like skills, surviving skills, or like how to solve problems when you're like in a bush. And also there's a lot of handcraft classes, a lot of fun classes like that I just feel like it teaches me a lot more like problem solving skill in real life. Last part is school culture. Let me give you an example that really show the difference. So every schools they host meetings among students, and in China this is what happens. So everyone wears same uniform. There is no gender differences. Even girls will wear like pants, and then we stand in line. Oh, this happens on every Monday, by the way. It doesn't happen every single day. We stand in line, and everyone needs to be quiet. And we're facing the national flag, saluting it to it, and then sing the national anthems. After that, the school representative and school principal will give us a speech on a really high stage, and we just need to be quiet and clap. And after that, we'll just do exercise together like this. Then in Australia, what I experienced was we all went into an indoor conferences room, and find our assigned seat. Everyone needs to turn off their phone and be quiet. After we found our seat, then the school will have someone play a piano song for us. Then the school representative will start giving us a speech. After all that, when we're leaving the rooms, we need to go in orders based on the teacher's guideline. In United States, it was like this. Overall, I think there's pro and con with all the educational systems. Well, if you don't be like, oh my god, why is the educational system in another country like that? If you consider the history and culture of all the three countries, everything makes sense. In China's, well, there's billion of people. More people means there's more competition going on. And also, Gaokao has a long history in China. It exists since dynasty period. In the United States, the whole nation was built on the idea of freedom. And so the school tend to give students more rooms to decide what they want to do. I think it's also an immigrant country, so it has a higher tolerance on differences. Australia is a Commonwealth. They're very proud about the British heritage, the British Queen. So you will see a lot of British culture still get involved in the Australia school system. And I think I really appreciate these things I learned from all the three different educational systems. In China, I learned how to be a good student, how to study effectively. I built strong foundations in my STEAM subject. And another thing is it developed my sense of team honor. In China, when we're assigned a classmate, we're gonna stay with this same classmate for a couple years. We do the same things together all the time, and it just like developed my sense of team honor. Studying in US, I learned how to have my own thought, how to speak out my own thought. It's okay to be different. Also, I gained more of like a sense of individual honor, so I feel like I had a good balance of both now. And in the Australias, I learned a lot of problem-solving skills.